Hello and welcome to another episode of Rebel Rogue, where today we're going to be going through the highs and lows of 2020. In this, the 2020 special. This is a nice way of wrapping them, each individually wrapped. It means you don't have to open all the ones you want. You just individually open whichever one you want to try out, and keep the rest fully sealed. Oh, I think there's only one way to start this, so I think I'll let the original Grimdark introduce it. It's only fair. I haven't had him out for months, so I think he'll do it best.
Hello, Denzians of the Warp, and welcome to another episode of Rebel Rogue.
I would like to apologise if that intro caused anyone any serious distress. Upon first seeing that intro, which was made by a friend of the channel, I experienced some serious distress. It's absolutely terrifying. Oh, get out of that awful grungy Batman voice. Go away. Either which way. For those unaware, the Death Corps of Krieg are quite an elite regiment of the Imperial Guard, or group of regiments of the Imperial Guard. They hail from the planet of Krieg, which is an apocalyptic wasteland, absolutely desecrated during a great sort of, I suppose it was civil war, wasn't it? In which, well, all the traitors who were once on Krieg were utterly destroyed, and those that were left had to go underground. In the physical sense, not the metaphorical sense. They literally went underground and lived in hive cities. It's a long story sort of thing. But
And
I'm still working on the Intercessor squad of 5. It's a long story sort of thing. But really, you won't make mistakes in YouTube. Hello and welcome to another episode of Rebel Rogue, where I'm going to tell you what's holding you back in miniature painting. Yes, this is holding me back. Short disclaimer, this might not actually be holding you back. It just is a possibility.
now we see me leaving the base.
Ah, the classic mistake in the first video.
Can't get the camera to focus.
Ah, the classic autofocus.
Heads.
If you've been enjoying the videos on this channel for quite a while, please make sure you subscribe if you never want to miss a video. We do videos, small technique videos, we do painting Space Marines, and then there's an ice cream van, isn't there? Of course, classic. Always happens. Classic ice cream van. Please don't be offended if you are a Grimwolf. That logo does look really good. At me butchering your logo. Just a quick note as well, before we begin base coating. I will admit that this really hasn't worked, so don't follow my advice. Don't use Wolf Grey. Maybe follow the Games Workshop painting tutorials, painting guide. I'm sort of providing an alternative scheme, which I like more. But any which way, this hasn't worked. Hey. Oh no, it's gone everywhere. My paint. I've just realised I've done a really silly thing and put a metallic on my wet palette. As I will probably be mentioning in my upcoming wet palette video, you should never do this. Learn from my mistakes. Definitely learn from my mistakes. Don't make my mistakes. Stupid idea. Keep them wet, but then they start separating, and then it's a horrible mess. So yeah, just don't do that. If you always follow the manual, you will not make mistakes. You can see it comes with a manual.
As we can see, there's a very good set of instructions that come with this. Highly detailed.
Doesn't come with a manual. What a shame. Let's have a look at what's inside this manual. No, don't. Really, don't. You will make a mistake. You will make an absolute hash of all of the... Some poor translation in Chinese. Don't start... Yes, speak properly. Also, you are not a foreign language teacher. Really, don't try. Chinese, made in China. Jiangxi province. Probably saying that wrong. Nanchang City. Vielen Dank für den Kauf des Older Wolf Detail Pincelset. I don't speak German, but it's probably, I'm guessing it's what's written there. Merci d'avoir acheté cette pinceau de peinture Olad Wolf via le lire événement, c'est manuel d'utilisation et les conserves pour référence ultérieure. I'm not very good at French, but yeah, that's what it says in French. The main claws are on the wolf pelt, but there are a few claw trinkets splattered about the model. Scattered, splattered, I don't know. Can't speak today, it seems.
You really can't.
Now, I have had to put this black foam board behind this because my camera does not like focusing on a chopping board, on a cutting mat. Not a chopping board, that's a different thing.
Speaking of tools and cutting boards,
Moving on now to the Raphael. Let's open the bag. Remove the brush. Oh. Okay, that's certainly quality. That lettering, you might be able to see, it's really, really bright. A piece of cardboard. I've just got a wet palette. Sorry if I'm boasting or anything, but reflects like crazy. You can barely
no,
read
we
it.
can read it. We can
So,
read it.
Now I can move on, and I don't know when I'll get round to doing this because I need to find the right model. I can then move on to the Raphael 8404 series. I'm looking forward to it. They say you should never meet your heroes. That's probably right.
In this case, it was actually wrong.
But we'll see. Okay, so they're very, very nice.
Enjoy your hobby. Any which way.
Either which way. Any which way. Any which way. Either which way. Any which way. Either which way. Any which way. Any which way. Any which way. Either which way.
Try not to mess up colours. No, really.
Half completed. So I'm using it for a bit of reference because I can't quite remember where all the colours are meant to go. And
Stupid
these
boy.
two colours are very different. I don't have much of a clue. Well, I do. I'll say that. You probably start doubting me, but
Yes, we
I
are
know where things
doubting
are
you.
going. It's just I couldn't remember what colour the gas mask should be. This gives a nice sort of mid-blue colour, which is quite a good base for the ice effect we will be putting on it. Rotten grey. Slowly decaying grey. So I'm going to start with cold grey. Now for the skin. I'm going to mix cold grey, which I think is what I used, with a bit of Vallejo's Light Flesh, if I can find it. Light Flesh. In a sort of 50-50 mix to create some sort of weird off-bone colour. I'll come back when I've done it. So I've mixed a sort of grey flesh tone.
Before we continue, you will need
British pound sterling.
And a big rock to put on the base.
never, ever take Rebel Rogue out of context.
Drying it off. Miniac and Squidmar miniatures both suggest using.
Very nice heads as well.
Certainly darker hair. I think it'll look quite good on him. Was about twice as thick as this one, so looked a lot better. Who has a sword? Such as the ones seen on Space Wolves, or any other ice-based army. And just rubbing it.
That's all, folks. Well, not really, but
That's what you get in the box.
So anyway, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please
it's
make
not.
sure you press that like button. It will help the channel.
yes,
and
do
it,
press that
best
like
of all,
button.
costs you absolutely nothing.
True.
If you really enjoyed this and have enjoyed other videos in the past,
Oh,
please make sure
you
to
should have done.
subscribe to the channel. Again,
Yes,
it
do
costs
that.
you nothing, but does really, really help the channel. We are hoping that at some point we'll be able to get to 100 subscribers and get a custom URL.
Still hasn't happened.
That'll be good.
What a shame.
Then you'll just be able to type in www.youtube.com/rebelrogue, and then that'll be really simple rather than the millions and millions of digits it's currently at. Anyway, thank you for watching, and
Don't
goodbye.
switch off the video. I can't forget the music, but
I have to remember not to hum on camera, otherwise someone will copyright strike me. You may have heard a very faint whistling or something. It definitely wasn't Halls of the Mountain King. Don't even know if the copyright on that's still valid, but that definitely was not there.
I'd like to thank the following people for their contributions to the channel during 2020. Enjoy the music. This is all previous Rebel Rogue theme music. and most of it made by me, except for this track, which is an old Wardrobe Hudson track. For channel things, Iris for designing the logo, Wardrobe Hudson for running the Facebook and Instagram pages, Amber for suggesting improvements and managing Facebook comments. For supporting the channel materially, Wardrobe Hudson for providing a Deathcore Krieg army to paint, along with other things, Amber for commissioning 3 miniatures, as well as other things, Gareth for providing the means of filming and other things, and Amelia for providing the means by which the first model was purchased. It was an Amazon voucher. For promoting the channel, I'd like to thank Blake for various reasons, Amber for paying for Facebook ads, and Cody for promoting the channel on YouTube. For suggesting improvements, I'd like to thank Luke at Geek Gaming Scenics and Guy at Midwinter Minis, though at time of recording Guy has not responded to my Instagram DM. So if he does, then I'd like to thank him. If he doesn't, then what a shame. Anyway. For commenting, I would like to thank Tyler, who gets his own special shout out for all the commenting he's done on Facebook. I'd like to shout out Revel Rouse Tuber68 for commenting on YouTube. He's provided some quite helpful comments and inspiring comments, as well as Amber for the same, commenting on YouTube. And for checking the videos pre-release almost every week, Wardrobe Hudson. And I'd like to thank all of you for watching and subscribing. If you haven't already subscribed, please go and subscribe. Well, do subscribe. If you've made it to the end, subscribe. And if you've liked this video, which I'm sure you have, smash that like button. And don't leave a dislike, because all of this, you could have already left dislikes on previous videos, so just don't do it. Share this video, please.